on love, loss, and devastation. Let's speak of true things. I come to this wish today because of loss. My father has died, and I am without words. If anything now passes my lips, I fear I will catch fire and burn up if it has not come from my blood and bones. Loghorroea abounds from the little losses. We spout words everywhere in a surplus of unthought knowns. Oh, the barista burned my coffee. My doctor was 10 minutes late. My wife yawned when I spoke. My friend forgot to return my call. My this, my that, and so on. We can talk forever about these moments as if without words, what has been injured remains ever thus. It's the little things. The little losses become fodder for an excess of words, of thoughts. We speak so that what has been wronged can be righted. That the formless can be clothed, the word is the thing, Thankyou Bion. But today, nothing leaves my mouth. My thoughts are in retreat. He has gone out with the tide, along with the place where words arise in me. Devastation is born in the moment of discovery that there is no capacity to make meaning. A mind needs a space inside to make symbols, a private world within which thoughts emerge, and bit by bit, they become the stuff of meaning. It's a game of pick-up sticks that continues till we grow tired of words. There is no space inside me today because he has gone. I love, and now fear, that my words came from him, from an infinity of little living moments. 6 notes on a piano, the smell of smoked kippers and hot coffee, a thick woolen jumper covered in sawdust. There is a hole now. Again. It is of indeterminate size and shape, and within it has fallen all the things that came from him. They're lost, and I have no words for this. I wonder how I will go through this day in such a state, and I am surprised that I muse upon this without the slightest sense of dread. Anything could occur today, and I wouldn't be surprised. Fear or surprise needs something like self-interest to take root, and I feel neither. The thing is, he died almost 20 years ago, and I have found myself a life that has grown and flourished from the crater of his passing. Why should I feel this now as if it were yesterday? I am back again amongst this blasted earth piled so high in my mind that I am again buried. No space for thought. No space at all. Love and loss. 2 sides of the same coin. We can see it when 2 people make their marriage vows in the presence of God or the deity of their choosing. 2 people participate in a ritual that brings them together to form a oneness. Yet, at that moment, they have also enacted a deeper agreement that ends with "till death do us part." Should it not start with this line? One of us will look back on this pact through the eyes of the one left behind. We pay for the love we find with the willingness to endure the devastation of the one who remains. I wonder when I forgot that. I also forgot that yesterday was the anniversary of his death. Yesterday, I was full of words, riffing wildly with friends, colleagues, and the barista who actually never lets me down. Then, last night, I dreamed of Dad. He sat beside me, saying nothing and smiling like the Buddha. He wore the uniform of his winter years, a pair of khaki chinos, his woolly brown jumper that Mum knitted him, and his dirt-smeared glasses held together with plastic glue. The ones that his friends used to joke lovingly about. Buy a new pair butts, you cheapskate. And his smile. I have a poster of Charlie Parker in my study at home, and he wears the same serene look as he blew his sax. It's all in the eyes, the relaxing orbital muscles that say to the universe all is well. In the past, I used to dream about Dad, who would come to me in tatters, blood-smeared bandages, and unstaunched sores. I would wake up in tears and then register that I was the unstaunched one. Yet even loss has its season, and when it's done with you, life shrugs its shoulders as if to say, "Where were you? You're needed still." New loves came. Children were born, and lives grew up around the places left. Living once again involved a negotiation with little losses, lost sleep, time, and capacity. An avalanche of words spews again regarding the widening of a waist or the inability to sleep past 7 o'clock. Losses. Little losses. Now, tonight, I am standing before the mirror as the sink fills with hot water, and the steam rises to obscure my reflected form. With shaving cream and fresh Gillette, I scrape away the week's accumulation and feel something close to life return to my bones. Was it because I looked into the reflection to find him looking back at me? There you are, I thought I lost you. At the end of the novel, the author is experiencing a loss due to the death of their father, leaving them without words. They fear that anything they say will catch fire and burn up if it doesn't come from their blood and bones. Little losses often lead to an excess of words and thoughts, as we speak to right what has been wronged. However, today, they are without words and have no space inside themselves. The author has lost their father almost 20 years ago, and they have found a life that has grown and flourished from his passing. They wonder how they will go through this day without the slightest sense of dread. Fear or surprise need something like self-interest to take root, and the author feels neither. Love and loss are two sides of the same coin, as seen when two people make their marriage vows in the presence of God or the deity of their choosing. At that moment, they have also enacted a deeper agreement that ends with "till death do us part." One of them will look back on this pact through the eyes of the one left behind. We pay for the love we find with the willingness to endure the devastation of the one who remains. On the anniversary of his death, the author was full of words, riffing wildly with friends, colleagues, and the barista who never lets them down. Last night, the author dreamed of their father, who sat beside them, saying nothing and smiling like the Buddha. He wore the uniform of his winter years, wearing his woolly brown jumper and dirt-smeared glasses held together with plastic glue. In the past, the author used to dream about their father, who would come to them in tatters, blood-smeared bandages, and unstaunched sores. They would wake up in tears and register that they were the unstaunched one. But even loss has its season, and when it's done with the father, life shrugs its shoulders as if to say, "Where were you? You're needed still." New loves came, children were born, and lives grew up around the places left. Living once again involved a negotiation with little losses, lost sleep, time, and capacity. Now, the author is standing before the mirror, feeling something close to life return to their bones. Was it because they looked into the reflection to find him looking back at them? In conclusion, the author is experiencing a loss due to the death of their father and the loss of their connection to him. Finally, if you like these videos and novels, write to me in the comments.